lovelies, hi, it's Emmy. Welcome back to another Emmy Eats. Today I'll be eating Denmark. So if you've missed my other Denmark videos, I'll put the links down below. I've eaten Denmark twice before. The first one was a lot of salty licorice, my initiation into salmiakki. And if you haven't seen me suffer, and if you would like to, you can go there and see more of that. And my second Denmark video was just posted pretty recently, just a few weeks ago. So yeah, but this is another installment. This package was sent to me by Mr. P. Thanks so much, Mr. P, for sending me this package of more Danish treats and for being so patient and waiting for your video. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. Mr. P included a beautiful spreadsheet along with some notes about some of these treats, which is great, and I found this one really intriguing. Now, please forgive my Danish. This treat here is called something like Pålæga Chokolade. So, you have to eat them on bread, as shown here. So I only have sandwich bread, and I smeared a little bit of butter on it, like I was told by Mr. P, and then I was supposed to put this little piece of chocolate on top. Yay! I love chocolate and bread, especially a really nice baguette and a piece of dark chocolate. Perfect dessert. These got a little bit crushed. Ugh, they smell great. And thanks, Mr. P, for sending me the dark chocolate version. Oh my gosh, this is like perfect. Look how beautiful. This little very thin piece of chocolate, and then you just lay it onto your bread. Itadakimasu. Boy, that's decadent with the butter underneath. Boy, what a smart invention. There's no spreading involved, no nothing. You just lay it right on top. Nicely sweetened, beautiful. This is so much better than any Nutella. The quality of chocolate is divine. It's nice and dark, but there's a lot of sweetness in there as well. My apologies again for the construction. Just a very light snap when you bite it, and then just melts right into the bread. Delicious. I would change nothing about that. This is made by the company First Price, and it's called flæskesvær, and it translates to pork rinds. Yum! That's what it looks like. We actually have pork rinds here in the States. They're very popular in the South, and sometimes they're called chicharron, and they look very similar, kind of puffed and curled, and have a similar smell as well. Kind of porky and fried. And yeah, let's see if they're at all similar. Alright, itadakimasu. I would say identical. Delicious though, nice and salty. Very airy, light texture. And a slight kind of bacony flavor, but not so smoky, but really nice porky flavor. I would imagine really delicious with beer. This is called My Choice. It's by the company Bisca. This, by just the packaging and everything, looks like a digestive biscuit, which is really popular in the UK, otherwise known as hobnobs. If I reference any videos, I'll put the links down below in case you're interested and you can check them out. So yeah, let's see. Here's one side. It looks like an kind of oaty cookie, oatmeal cookie. On the other side, it's kind of a woven pattern of drizzled chocolate. Yum! It smells like milk chocolate, looks like milk chocolate, and let's give that a taste. Here we go. Very similar to a hobnob. Perhaps the chocolate layer is a little bit thinner. The cookie layer below is very crumbly and coarse. It tastes like there's a lot of oats, similar to a hobnob. Very grainy texture, which I quite like, a lot of tooth. And then a very sweet milk chocolate on top. But I bet that would be amazing dipped in tea, although I don't have any tea. It's a warm day today, so I don't really feel like I'm up for a hot cup of tea. But I'm sure it would be perfect with tea. In my most recent Emmy Eats Denmark video, I had some chips made with the company Kim's. Oh my gosh. They're V.I.P because they're cheddar, bacon, spare rib barbecue. That sounds like something that's very American. Very excessive. The last flavor of Kim's I tried were just salt, and they were delicious. They were very much like a ruffled potato chip. And these smell awesome. And these too are ruffled. They're very fine kind of ridge to them. Alright, let's give it a taste. Very intensely flavored. Quite salty. Immediately I taste a smokiness, kind of like a smokiness that's probably the bacon and the barbecue. It's a little bit different than the barbecue. Neighbor dog, please. The barbecue flavor is a little bit different than what I'm accustomed to in the States. Our barbecue flavored chips tend to be a little bit sweet. This isn't sweet at all, and nice crisp texture, and not at all oily. But yeah, in my opinion, I like to taste a little bit more potato flavor, but good if you like really seasoned chips. Alright, let's cleanse the palate with Mintos. Made by the company Tom's, which seems to be a pretty big confectionery company in Denmark. This is Tom's. I love the wrapping. And let's see what it's like. I love mint, especially peppermint. And that's what it looks like. It just looks kind of like a saltwater taffy. Sort of similar to a saltwater taffy. Perhaps not as soft as a saltwater taffy, but definitely sticky, slightly fluffy. It reminds me a little bit of the Sportmint candy that I had from Switzerland. That was mint. That had a little bit of a saltiness to it. This doesn't have any salt, just really clean peppermint flavor and sweetness. And I would say most akin to a peppermint flavored saltwater taffy. Chocolate milk by Cocio. And it's in a can, and he said you make sure you shake it really well before you drink it. Chocolate milk is also really popular here in the States. We often drink it refrigerated, so I'm going to taste it both ways. This is just kind of room temperature cool, and then I also have a cup of ice. It smells like cocoa, it smells like chocolate milk. Alright, let's give it a taste. Come by. That's quite nice. It's very chocolatey and very light on the milk flavor. I think it'll taste even better chilled. There's the texture. It's kind of thin, but look how dark it is. It's got a nice kind of dark mocha color. I like it better cold. It's very lightly sweetened. I would say much less sweet than the chocolate milk you would find here in the States, and just very light texture. Maybe more like a yoo-hoo. Kind of a more dehydrated milk flavor, like a reconstituted milk flavor, rather than just like pure milk, but I like it. Bismark Blocher, and Mr. P says it's a classic candy that dates back to 1876. So this is my favorite flavor, which is peppermint, and they're named after a German chancellor called Bismarck. And look how beautiful and charming. It's kind of pyramidal and just beautiful. Alright, let's give that a taste. It tastes like a candy cane. It's great. Nice and pepperminty, clean pepperminty flavor. Hard candy texture. A little bit sticky to your teeth at the very end. And just so charming design. I love it. Stjerne Haps. And this looks like a little beef jerky. Oh, and there's a little sausage inside. It smells really smoky, kind of pepperoni-like. Alright, let's give it a taste. Really good kind of pepperoni stick. Very similar to some of the pepperoni sticks that I've had all over the world. In Germany I had one called Bifi, and then I had one actually that came from Florida that was made out of alligator. Very similar too. Kind of pepperoni, paprika flavor, and lots of smokiness, and kind of little bits of fat, a little bit of a snap. Very similar to a Slim Jim, but great little snack sausage. I think very familiar to many kids. Good. Anthon Berg. And it's just called Sweet Moments. Different combinations of fruit and alcohol in chocolates. So since I'm pregnant, I'm only going to eat a bite of one of them. I think I'll try the strawberry and champagne. Yum! Look at this beautiful packaging. Look at that. Inside. It looks a bit like a York peppermint patty. Very shiny and beautiful. Oh my. That is so refined. I wouldn't say I taste the champagne, but there's definitely a slight bitterness of alcohol. Very creamy center. I believe it's marzipan, which is ground almond paste. It has a little bit of grit to it, slightly sweet, and very subtle kind of strawberry jammy bit on top. Just the lightest bite of chocolate on there. But chocolate definitely is more in the background. Mostly it's the flavored marzipan that you taste. Or marzipan. It's delicious. Really like that. Look, here's baby Bun. Hi, baby Bun. Marzipan by Anthon Berg. Gorgeous, shiny fuchsia foil wrapping. Oh boy, it's like a little cigar of chocolate. It smells wonderful. All right, let's give that a taste. That is lovely. Indeed, there's marzipan in the middle, which is almond paste. Really nice flavor. Pure kind of almond flavor. Some almond flavors to me are a bit strong because they use an extract, so it's just overly strong and powerful. This is really subtle, beautiful almond flavor, and the lightest coating of dark chocolate, which plays again second fiddle to the beautiful marzipan, which has kind of a crumbly texture and not overly sweet, just perfectly sweet. Gosh, I love it. I really like how unassumingly sweet that is. It's just enough to brighten the almond flavor without making it overly heavy. Florida. And they are chocolate mint frogs. Oh, they smell great. Oh, and they're so beautiful. Look how adorable they are. I'm sure I'm pronouncing it wrong, but they remind me of the Tom Skittle Pads that I had, the little turtles. And let's see what's inside. So good. Lovely quality dark chocolate. Has a kind of a soft snap and kind of an oozy-goozy mint fondant center. Very strong minty flavor, almost got a little tinkle to it. It reminds me of, I believe it was called Pipp in Iceland. I love the combination of the dark chocolate and the mint. I feel like the bitterness of the dark chocolate and the sweetness and kind of tingliness of the mint is just perfect. Love it. Mr. P, thank you so much for sending me such a beautiful selection of Danish treats. It's apparent to me that you've seen a lot of my videos and you know the things that I might like. So thanks so much for considering my tastes and for sharing a little bit more of Denmark with me. And yep, thank you guys so much for watching. I wouldn't be here without you, and I hope you guys enjoy that, and I hope you guys learned something, and I'll see you in my next video. Toodaloo, take care, bye! This candy is called Roketo Byung, and it's basically a candy that you make a rocket, you decorate a rocket. It separates with a gooey candy in the middle. I don't think I've ever shared this before, but I detest mosquitoes, but they apparently love me. They love me so much that they bite me on the forehead